All right, Kiss Army, welcome to the KissFAQ Podcast. Thank you for giving us your time today and letting us into your head. I hope we don't do any damage. This is a Kiss-related podcast by the board, for the board. We hope that you enjoy. We'd love you to support this show. Please like, follow, and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Your likes and subscription helps us to grow and attract interviews and content. So please retweet and share our posts. Your contributions are appreciated. Welcome to the KissFAQ Podcast. Hey, Andy, say it. You want to say it. You know you want to say it.
I'm back, and it's wicked awesome.
Hey, you want to get real today? Back on the screen after a long absence. He wasn't banned. It's just been, life gets in the way of podcasting with friends. But Andy's one of the most real, honest fans that you can run into. So it's going to be good to catch up with you today.
Yep. And
where have you been hiding?
Well, life, we talked off screen about, the wife's issues, medical issues and stuff like that from COVID, believe it or not. And then she had shoulder surgery, which she had to tear 6 inches and tore a tendon on top of that because they wouldn't want to give it an MRI, and they finally did. And they're like, oh boy. So she's still going through that. I had got really sick. You knew that one. I kind of kept that under wraps until I basically almost died. I was on the deathbed, and I actually did a video live thanking everybody because even the doctors had no clue. And the virus that's in me is still in me, and they said they can come back. And believe it or not, I'm supposed to not get fatigued. Ha! I'm supposed to not get excited, overexcited. Ha! You're talking to the wrong guy. You know what I mean? So I've had to make some adjustments. And then, I had a half meniscus tear, which I knew. And my doctors, no, you don't. But I had the whole thing done in 2016 on my right side. So I knew automatically the left side was going on. And I finally got the surgery of that. They finally did that. But I'm feeling really good about stuff. And then, there was a job thing. I had a job for 26 years. And the guy was basically 80. And we thought about packing some stuff. And, I had sold I don't know.
You were going to go to Florida. How would you like that now after those hurricanes slammed that poor state? God.
I know. But you know what? She still wants to go, but she wants to go more central at some point. Not now. And then I scored a job that I love. I actually love driving. I did a lot of drives, a lot of Kiss shows in the past and all that. And I love driving. And so now I drive. And not only that, I drive, people that have medical issues to appointments and stuff like that, which is cool. And, kids with disabilities and stuff like that. So, it's like a win-win, getting paid good. And I'm actually helping people out in the long run, too. So it's a double-edged thing, which is really awesome in a way. And now Kim's gone back to work on super light duty. She's been back on for a little while. But other than that, it's just everything been fine. And that's been since 2019 when we got married. So, I mean, surviving all that stuff, being stuck in a house together, all this craziness stuff going on, So that's with that. So hopefully we're
let's move on from the medical record.
Yeah, we're in a better place now. We're in a better place. So that's the gig,
I want to, we know what we're going to be talking about today. So I want to set this conversation up by just saying, number one, you're a real fan. You don't have an agenda. You don't have an agenda, and you don't bullshit people, and you don't toe any party line. If someone asks you a question, you give them an answer, and it's your honest opinion. You're not worrying about, I got to keep someone happy. I got to keep someone else. Andy is a straight shooter. But we were in New York together in December for the End of the Road. Yep. We were all part of the end, and you put on a cool event there, to, kind of bring fans together for free, no admission, just come in, have a good time, hang out, go do your thing, come back, whatever you want to do, nice and easy, no drama, no stress, just real Kiss fans, beer, food, and, conversation.
And the tour, and the 2 walking tours, one each day, Kiss walking tours.
And the tours with, be there for, 10 minutes. Well, here's where Peter Criss bought, Yeah. And it's closed. It's gone now, Sam Ash, isn't it?
So. Yeah, that's gone. It was fun. I know it was tiring for people. I mean, and people wanted to go to the more famous spots, I call it, more famous one, like the Dress to Kill. Who doesn't? And actually, there's the subway, like the what is that? The Superman thing they call it, I guess. Go in one way and out the other way. And people are like, I don't know what that is. Guess what? I do. And I showed everybody, and they're like, oh, you kidding me? And I'm like, well, here's the wall.
And you knew all the places. You knew the fountains. I've seen your notes on all that. So, that was super fun. But where's your head at as a Kiss fan now? I mean, we never really talked after the avatars dropped, what that did to you as a fan, whether you're looking forward to the new era of Kiss, or whether, like I was like punched in the gut, scratching my head. It didn't work for me. And what we got in New York wasn't what was planned. The latest 3 sides, Tommy, reminds folks that they did test out effects that were different. That did not happen. And it would have improved the whole aesthetic, though I don't think the message would necessarily have been that much differently received, to, Kiss ending on a commercial, as appropriate that was. But for you as a fan, you were you were way up there looking down on it. Where have you been as a Kiss fan all year? With no off the soundboards, no box sets, Well, nice t-shirt, by the way.
Well, thank you. It's been some, as you say, the Hotter Than Hell 50th anniversary just came out, today? So, I mean, there's stuff coming out here and there, but I have to admit, when Kim and I were up there, and it's all thanks to you, because when those tickets went on sale, I don't know what it is, I didn't get a chance to get my hands on anything, because we were sick too. I mean, I'm seriously, all the stuff, that's why the medical thing too, we weren't even like really planning to go. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have gone, because you're like, you got to be kidding me. You're not going? I'm like, well, we're sick. We're not feeling good. Everything was just hitting us. My job, I didn't want to tell everybody. Everything was hitting us at around that time. And you're like, you got to go. And I looked at Kim. I'm like, Julia just got us tickets, but we paid. We paid. I don't want anybody to think that we just, I paid you. We paid back. So we're very so grateful going. We were so happy to go. We had a lot of fun. We had to actually park. I mean, we had a hotel in New Jersey in a real bad area. I mean, real bad. It was funny. And then drive over and hang out with everybody. And then after the end of the shows, and then the first 2 nights, we could drive back. It was pretty funny. But I can't really talk for Kim, but I can kind of talk for Kim. When that whole show was going on, we knew that nothing major was going to happen. We knew Peter wasn't going to be there. We knew Ace wasn't going to be there. It just, so we knew that was not happening. So we already had that in our heads. But we did see the screens because we were higher up. We saw these screen things. And I was telling Kim, those were never there in Madison Square Garden. So something's going to happen. We didn't know what it was. But when the show ended and those screens dropped, I really thought it was going to be a dedication to everybody. I thought the screens were going to drop and they were going to go kind of like through the years like you see on the big screen. But there was going to be more of, the original guys. And then you had Eric Ha. I know the whole, the Vinny thing, Paul, blah, blah, blah. So what? Vinny, Mark St. John, Bruce, everybody. I thought they were going to do a whole collage thing, and that would have actually been cool. And then they probably could have done the avatars, but everybody looked just dumbfounded about the avatars. And everybody's just like, what is this? This is a weird way to end the show. That's what's weird about it. Why didn't they do it more in the beginning or something? I don't know. Everybody was dumbfounded. Now, a lot of people say, I hate them. I don't like them. I don't, they look dumb. All right. They do look kind of odd, but you know what? It says 2027. A lot can change between now and 2027, right? They could change them, rearrange them, move them, and I hope when you think about it, they incorporate everybody else. I hope they put Eric in. I hope they put Bruce in. I doubt Vinny will get in there, but Mark, maybe they will, maybe they won't. It probably not, but they'll stick to the main core. But, I think people will go. People will say, I'm not going to go, I'll go. But you know what? When 2027 hits, that's like 3 years from now. And if they do it, say, in Vegas, like a residency kind of thing, right? People are going to go because they're going to want to get together. Like we're going to talk about all this coming up. This is what it's about, people getting together, right? You don't have expos like you used to every other week or every couple of months. You don't have that anymore. That stuff is disappearing because Because everybody's having like auctions now, those lovely auctions that people either love them or hate them, depending on, I'm not going to get into it. We say we keep it nicely.
I got no time for it. I tried doing one. I didn't do very well. I know you've done a live auction, and I know you
on
had
my own
challenges
page,
with it.
on my own page, not that stuff.
And I just don't want to get into the groups and do it. More power to anyone who wants to. I just don't have the time. I like doing the podcast and hanging out with fans, just chatting, not trying to sell shit all the time. That just gets really tiresome. I mean, I know it's a Kiss thing. You kind of got to buy and sell to be a Kiss fan. But you know what? I'd rather just talk.
You don't have to buy and sell to be a Kiss fan. It don't matter. But now that I look at it, like I say, we'll hopefully by 2027, everything's still go. We're still rolling. Everything's still going. And you know what? They're going to have, if they have it somewhere, I'm going. We'll probably go. Why not, man? A mini vacation. If it's a long weekend, we'll see friends that we maybe haven't seen in a long time, and everybody kind of gets together. AKA, everybody says it like the Kiss cruise, right? Everybody. It wasn't about Kiss anymore. It was about everybody getting together from all over the world and hanging out. Right? That's all I started hearing about. Oh, I can't wait, man. We all get to hang around. Instead of paying like, oh, I want to see my friend here, or I want to see my friend there, right? You're paying thousands of dollars each trip, right? Every one spot, bingo, here you go, long weekend. Maybe they'll have expos. People will set something up. Maybe people can get together and do something good. You know what I mean? That's how I looking at it. That's how I am looking at it, and we'll wait and see. You know what I mean?
And I think you hit the nail on the head, Andy. The pull of people. The people component. And for those of us who've been fortunate to be able to participate in some of those things, whether it's, like Vancouver opening night, the Forum, Hollywood Bowl was a big one where people came in from all over the place as well. And obviously Madison Square Garden, the Kiss Cruises became absolutely massive in terms of the pre-events that were done, and they grew and grew and grew and took on a life of their own, so that there were people who wouldn't get on the frickin' boat, but they'd come to the pre-shows because that was a more affordable way of being part of the excitement and fun without having to, do that big buy to, go buy a Gene Simmons bass or something. But it was more about fans coming together, and that's been missing all year.
And to be honest, too, in 2019, Kim and I actually we skipped one cruise. We got married, and you know what? She and I said, you know what? Let's give it a break, because at one point the cruises started getting a little bit too like, oh, I'm going to see them in 6 months. They're going to play the same stuff. That's what happened with the cruise. But the bands, they stopped doing the deep cuts, which the whole cruise was supposed to be about. It's supposed to be diehards and dig deep and forget everybody. Too bad. Too bad if you don't like it, then it turned out to be shout out rock and roll night. It's just like, oh man, that's so we really had taken our money and we did other things. We went to Tampa Bay. We went to Hollow Scream and, Busch Gardens. We saw some friends out. And then guess what we did? Drove up the Peter Chris meet and greet, that event. Yep. And that event was like off the hook. That was like one of the craziest, best things ever, man. I went from Vinnie Vincent, drive me absolutely insane, to Peter Chris going like the total opposite. I couldn't have been on more cloud nine. And we made it. I mean, don't get me wrong. We made a ton of people happy with Vinnie. But if you're on my side, you would have seen my side. If you were a little person on my shoulder, you would have seen it. What really went down. So, anyways, that's without enough.
Don't hit him, Andy. Don't hit Vinny, Andy. Don't hit him.
Nope. And then when from understand, though, he's not actually mad at me, which is, I think, is kind of strange after what he did to me and anything. Anyways, so. But Peter's thing was so off the hook. I couldn't have been on cloud nine. And Peter was so happy, and Gigi and the crew, everybody was so awesome. Everybody went down. It went down like there was like butter. I mean, it was just smooth. I mean, everything from top to, and the fans, man, the fans were awesome and everything. Everybody was kosher. And if somebody had like, hey, I have like a little bit of an issue, all they did is had to come and talk to us. And everything went so smooth. Just off the hook. I couldn't have been any happier. And I thought, man, that's the way to end it with that kind of stuff. But, and then we thought we were done. I thought this was going to be the last cruise. And then, of course, they announced the one for 2022. We weren't going to go, but I said, Kim, they're doing it in California. Me and Julian will be out there in California. Let's go out to California. There'll be people out there. And then she's like, and I'm like, we'll give you her whole 1 week. We did a whole week, 1 week of just doing California stuff, the boulevard, and all that stuff. And then we did the party. You know what I mean? So that was that. So it was awesome. So anyways, that was just totally off the hook. I just so many, man, I could do this forever. Just keep talking. And I know people get sick of me hearing me, but I just want to say this.
No, I mean, that's why it's important to have you on, because again, you've done stuff recently as well with other fans, haven't you?
Yeah. I just want to say thank everybody who went to the PETA meet and greets down in Persia, Pennsylvania. All the people who came up to me and said, "Hey, Andy, man, thanks. This is awesome." Some people recognize their voice and they're like, "Hey, I recognize that voice." And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe from like KissFAQ Podcast." "Oh my God, that is you." And I'm like, "This is how I am. This is when I'm talking to you right now. This is how I am all the time like this." And they're like, "Man, we love it. Man, we miss you on the podcast." And I'm like, those other guys, they do an awesome job. And I have nothing against Lonnie, Ken, everybody. They're all Mark, everything, And I was thinking, man, when all that destroyed stuff, Mark must be going crazy. Anyways, I love all the guys. I have nothing against anybody. I told Julian, I'd love to go on the podcast when I'd been there, like actually physically been there, and I just left it. That's what I like to talk about. And, again, I love all the people who said, "Where you been? How you doing? Awesome, man. Please get back on." So this is kind of how I like to roll with it, and I get the voice, and people understand. Some of the people who had never met me in Pennsylvania understand now. My voice carries. So people are like, "Oh, you're always yelling." No, my voice carries anyways. You want me to yell? I can actually yell, but my voice does carry. It's just the way it is. And so people are like, "Be excited, Andy. That's what it's about." And I'm like, "Hey, it is what it is. That's how I am." So what do you want? What do you want?
All right, let's get into the fun stuff, because you are here for a purpose. And what is that purpose, and what is that reason behind what you've been doing? Because you set this up on Facebook a while ago, and it's kind of grown into something now, hasn't it?
Yeah. We knew that the Kiss Cruises were going to come to an end at some point. I mean, let's face it, they could only run them for so far. Well, actually, I guess they could have kept going, but now that they stop and need to retire or whatever. But I had made a Facebook group, and if anybody wants to check it out, it's called Kiss Cruisers Reunion Group. So that's where you can find all this info that I'm going to talk about now. And I knew at some point this was going to happen, and we thought after 2019 it was over, and I started setting up something like a Kiss Cruisers Reunion on land. It was going to do it in Vegas, believe it or not, and at the mini golf, and everybody get together, and there was going to be a Kiss tribute again, and the person who was in the tribute band passed away, so that was the connection for me out in Vegas. But and then they announced the Kiss Cruise 2022, the back-to-backers. So everything got put on hold. So I had this group for like 4 years, and I kept posting about it. So anyways, Kim and I had a regular cruise booked on Carnival. So on the Carnival, man, I keep forgetting all this stuff. I even have a cheat sheet today. This is crazy. I usually never do this. So yeah, good. So on a Carnival Sunrise, but we had to delay it because of all the medical issues that we had both been going through. And then I told Kim, you know what? Maybe we should just invite Kiss fans as a Kiss Cruise reunion, but it's not a Kiss cruise. It's on a regular cruise, to explain to people. So I put it out there, and then there was like a big response. I couldn't believe it. People were like, "That sounds kind of cool." And I'm like, well, it is cheaper than our Kiss Cruise. We all know that. And you can tell everybody, bring family and friends and all that. So again, I'm going to repeat this. If you want to find me, I'll find it on Facebook. It's Kiss Cruises Reunion Group. You find it, you'll see it. So when we put that out there, so if anybody's interested, it's a Carnival cruise. It goes out October of 2025. It's on the Carnival Sunrise. It's called a Caribbean cruise. People were getting like, they couldn't find it, but I don't know why they call it a Caribbean cruise, because it actually goes to the Bahamas. But what makes it more interesting, it's because the Kiss Cruise one was out on the Carnival. So that makes it interesting. The second thing, it's going to go to, oh my God, what did I do? Grand Turk, which the Kiss Cruise 1 went out of Grand Turk, stopped at Grand Turk. So there are some things that are pretty cool. And it's on, it's going to go through Halloween. So, that's another thing, which makes it kind of neat. So when I was talking to Kim about this, she goes, "That sounds kind of cool. So let's just invite everybody." So again, it's on Carnival. So you can go to carnival.com and ask them, talk to them about it. I don't know any info because it's a regular cruise. So there's got to be regular people on it, right? Just maybe non aka non-Kiss
There's
fans.
just going to be an infestation of Kiss fans, which this has nothing to do with Sixth Man. This has nothing to do with Kiss. This is strictly a Carnival cruise that you're coordinating, getting a whole bunch of friends and Kiss fans to go on.
Yeah. So it's on, again, Carnival Cruise. It's going to leave out of Miami, which we're going to talk about that too. It's going to leave out of Miami October 27th. And then on the 28th, it's going to their new private island, which is, I don't know if it's open yet or opens next spring, but it's called Celebration Key. It's a private island. They got a massive lot of stuff to do on there. And then on the 29th, it's going to Half Moon Cay, where I'm going to have, I know some people might remember the bar crawls. Does anybody remember the bar crawls? If you do, you understand. We would I'd find bars. We start the latest one, the farthest one, pick like 5, and then work our way back. And I talk to each bar. They set us up. They play Kiss music. They give us deals on drinks and crazy. And this is like one of the shirts I had made up for one of the, which everybody says is one of the coolest ones because it's kind of the Halloween thing.
It is. I even liked it.
So. But we're not going to crawl. We're just basically, they have a pirate ship on Half Moon Cay. So we're going to meet up there, and you never know what could happen from me. You never know what I throw out and toss out through all those years. So you never know. Now people are going to ask, is there going to be a bar crawl shirt? No. I mean, this is our vacation. This is not going to turn back into, oh my God, because they're running around trying to do shirts that on the bar crawl shirts. No. So if you have an old bar crawl shirt from the 1 year, because I think we did 6 or 7 of them. So if you want to go, just wear one of the old shirts. If you don't have one and you're going, just wear a Kiss shirt or whatever. We don't care. And we'll figure out a time meet up because I think we land in, I don't know, you have to take one of those little boats, the ship. You take the little carrier boats over. So, and you can't miss the ship. It's huge. It's a pirate ship. It's a bar. So we're going to all hang out and we'll figure things out from there. And then on the 30th, it's Grand Turk, which is there. It's just another, I don't even know if it's called it's not really a private island, but it has some awesome stuff. And they got Margaritaville, which everybody goes to. But then there's another bar that's further down. It's this stuff to do that's all for free. The ship pulls right into the dock. You walk off the dock. The beach is right there. It's really cool. Actually, I should have had I should have did this because this is what it's going to be about. Sun and fun. This is what it's going to, just be sun and fun and fans and stuff. So anyways, so it's going to be Grand Turk all day. And then on October 31st, which is Halloween, it's going to be a sea day, that's going to be cool. And, us Kiss fans, right? You've been on a Kiss cruises a bunch of times. You've been there, done that, right? You see me like dressed up as Ace in a different way or a funky way, and you go, oh, yeah, I've seen that. Be cool. Now, how about Kiss fans dressing up on Halloween night and showing a bunch of non-Kiss fans? That's even more cool because it's going to come up to you and say, man, can I have pictures and this and that and everything else. So, and then we're back on November 1st in the morning, back on Miami. So the next thing we're going to talk about.
Wait. Halloween night sounds like it could be absolutely insane with a bunch of Kiss fans on a normie cruise. That sounds like you guys could have a lot of fun with a little bit of coordination.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, a lot of people get into it anyways. I've been on regular cruise ships where people go absolutely full out. Regular people I'll just say regular people. They go full out too. So believe me, you're going to see some wild costumes just regular people. But it would be kind of, all these Kiss fans out there, get people wanting pictures and all that stuff. So, I mean, really, it is pretty cool. And again, it's no pressure. You don't have to go. You don't want to go. Don't go. It's just, it's not, force. Again, it's a cheaper cruise. So it is what it is. So the next thing, it's going to go out of Miami. Miami. That's the original spot it all started on. And guess what? We're going back to the Holiday Inn. You bet, because they remember us. They love us and this and that. So I'm still in talks. It might be too early because I think you have to wait until every year. It's January, February, I think. But I'm going to get blocks of room again. Again, we know Miami's expensive. Period. Miami's expensive, and it's October. They have a lot of things going on in October, especially near the end. It's Halloween. They know it. Other cruise ships, they know it. There's a boat show every year. I think the boat show is actually technically in Fort Lauderdale, but it goes all the way down. The hotels sell out really fast. We don't know. You don't know if there's going to be basketball games. You don't know that until next year, really. So, and then of course the Halloween stuff, and they have like a bike. I think they have a bike marathon too down there, all at the same time. So I'm in talks with them. I'm trying to get the rooms, the blocks. I will get them. That they've already said yes, but I think they have to wait. The 24th, the 25th, the 26th, and then we leave on the 27th. And then they're going to get the day after the cruise. We get back on November 1st, so we're going to get 1 day a block, just that 1 day. So, which is pretty cool. So the next thing, here we go. So on Sunday, the 26th, we're going to have a mini event. Yeah, that's right. At the Holiday Inn, at the bar area. There'll be food. There'll be all that kind of stuff. And also, I have a friend whose name is Greg. I don't think he likes his last name told, but he will be down there. And he wants to get involved, but he doesn't. He's like kind of like this. I tell him, come on out, Greg, but no, he doesn't. So anyways, I started doing this thinking. It's Halloween, and I love Halloween and horror stuff. So we're going to do this. Everybody who goes and hangs out, and we're going to, do all the thing. And if anybody wants to help out and pitch in, and if you want to do, I'm going to have these like little Halloween bags. So every person that's there gets to pick one. So I'm going to have 60 because I don't know how many people are going. So I had to just base it. So I'm just going to do 60. So there's going to be goodies in those bags. There's going to be no tricks. There are going to be treats in those bags. And I'm telling you, some pretty fun, just fun things. And it's free. So you come up, say, okay, and you can't say, oh, I'm grabbing one for my wife, or I'm grabbing one for my son, or I'm grabbing. No, you want one, you got to come up to us to get one. And in the bags, I am going to break one thing to you. I made these lovely 3-inch Kiss Cruisers reunion pins. They're 3-inch round. They have October 2025, and I numbered them for the fun of it. So there's one of 60. So randomly, I'm going to be thrown in the bag. You're going to just pick a bag, and you're going to randomly get one out of the 60. Well, actually 58. Well, the 4, yeah, because me and Kim and whatever, Greg got one. So, you know what I mean. 1 of 57 now. So I'm going to do that. Plus, there's some other things. I might have a special cup. Oh, did I say special cup? Oh, my God, special cup at the bar? You never know. Well, you know what I mean? Like little things, you know what I mean? So, and, I might toss some things. We might have some little fun. Well, also, people have mentioned about maybe like a mini, I don't want to say expo, because the last time I tried it, actually 5 or 6 people brought stuff you can trade, sell, and buy. I don't care. And they don't care. So we have some tables, just grab a table and buy, sell, and trade. And it worked, and people were very happy about it. It was awesome. And if they want to do it on the ship, we can pick one of the days on the ship. So that's another thing we can do. And we're going to get together, because here's another thing. People ask me, yes, I made a special shirt, and I don't have a picture of it because I just don't have a picture because it's on my phone. I did make a special shirt. It looks like kind of like this, but the shirt is black. The writing's all in white. It's going to be big. And it says, I was there, tilted. It looks kind of oldie. And it says, Kiss Cruisers reunion, October 2025 thing. Everything is up on a thing. It actually is pinned. Now, I asked everybody when they do this to sell to me, PayPal, to SimmonsGod.com. And the prices are all up there. I tried to make it fair. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. It's not about the money. I get a couple extra bucks, or a buck, or maybe 50 cents here and there, depending on the size shirt you get. And basically, all that money is going to help me, because I have to go get them, because I don't like to ship them. So I'm going to go, the hour drive to go get them, the hour drive to go back. And if I do, depending on how many people buy, if there's tons and tons of them, then I'm going to have to end up shipping them. That's it. And if there's any extra money, I'm going to put it back towards the mini event and stuff. That's what this is about. I don't care. I know some people want to make money and stuff like that, and stuff like for all these events and stuff.
Yeah, you've never done these events as a business.
No,
you've either done it from the point of view of passion, and you've also done a lot of charity stuff in connection with the events that you've done.
Oh.
So,
yeah. And thanks, you mentioned the charity too, which I didn't have on my list. I am not doing anything charity, because this is Kim and I's vacation too. We want to hang with you guys too at the same time. I mean, yes, that's the thing too. People are like, oh my God, yeah. By the time we turn our head, the cruise is there and it's gone. You know what I mean? So we want to hang out with you people too. I mean, really hang out.
This is a different scene than like doing a mini expo where you've got special guests and photographs and all that thing. That thing, makes sense to do something charity wise in connection with it. When you're doing a smaller event as part of your personal vacation, and don't forget, people who are going on this cruise are going there for their personal vacation as well, but they're just going to have plenty of friends that they know on that to be able to do other activities together, right?
Yeah. And also, if you get a shirt, there's like, oh my God, you have to get a shirt to get on. We will take pictures with people together with the shirts on or whatever. We'll do group pieces at the Holiday Inn or on the cruise too, because some people might just say, I'm going on the cruise, but I'm going to meet here. We are going to pass out the shirts that night of the event though, because some people are like, oh, can you just pass them out on the cruise? Well, why wouldn't you want to have the shirt before you go on the cruise? Case when you go there to get you get your picture when you go on the cruise, because the cruise ship's going to be behind you on the green screen. Or that would be cool, whatever. But if you don't, whatever. If you don't want to buy a shirt, whatever. But if you do, now I've thought about it because you mentioned that. If you do get a shirt, I ask for everybody's full names when they send it to me, the PayPal. The size, I just go just like W, women's, MED, men's, extra large. Why I want your full name? People are like, oh, I'm just buying it for my husband. No, I need your full name. Why? Because I'm putting everybody who gets a shirt into a special raffle. That's right. Something, you guys are going to get something Kiss-wise. I just haven't figured it out, but it's not going to be like something big you have to carry in your luggage, something smaller and stuff, but just to have fun. And when you send me your thing, the first person that they send it, say you sent me a thing and you got one for your wife, your name's going to go first because you're the sender, and then the second person. So I got it numbered. I have a chart. And also everybody is going to be put up on it. It's on the pin page. Here's your name say your name at Julian, medium, men's, extra large. So you're going to see that. Plus, we're going to have another list with us. And also I have stickers from my old job. I write your name on it. And it's going to say men's, and it got attached right to the sticker. So you're going to come up, say your name. Here's your shirt. Bang. Now you got to double check. I double check with people, but you better double check. I don't want people coming around. Well, I changed my mind when they look at the shirt. Well, I want a medium now. It ain't going to happen. This is what you got. This is what you wanted. This is what you ordered. This is what you got. And that's why I'm going to put everybody's name into a thing, which will be by number. So, say you're number 10. You're the 10th person who bought a shirt. So you're number 10. Your wife would be like number 11. And at some point, because you have until basically September of next year, and there's always stragglers at the end. And I'm like, drives me crazy. I'm trying to make everybody happy, but it drives me crazy. So I'm hoping everybody will get shirts early to get it over with. And then, I'm going to have, so I get it over with on that part. I don't mean to be mean, but just to get it over with that part. So, yeah. Plus, like I said, we're going to just have some fun. And if anybody wants to have ideas or they want to bring stuff, sell, trade, we're going to have photos. Again, this is all just about having fun. Oh, also, geez, man, before I forget, see? Now, Carnival is very famous for ducks. I don't know if you understand. People like put ducks, the little rubber ducks, and they put their names on them, where they're from. It's been like a big traditional thing. So, ding, ding, ding. Guess what? I think I have six special ducks or 9 special ducks. So me, Kim, and maybe Greg, we're going to put those ducks somewhere, and they're going to be things because they're going to have tags on them and stuff. And I'm not going to show the ducks because I know people will cheat. We're crazy Kiss fans get sometimes. So I'm going to put the ducks. And if you find a duck, and then you can find Kim or I or whatever, we're going to pick. We might do it Halloween because it's on. That's on during the day. It's a C day, so we might do that during the day, and we probably might hang out at say like the adult section pool area. You find a duck, you come over and find us. Guess what?
You in the adult section? What are you doing in an adult section?
I don't know. I'll just use. Maybe I'll be on the slide. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. But you are going to get a Kiss, a special pack. And it's not going to be like the ones in the bag. It's going to be totally different. So all these kind of little small things just to keep people, engaged. Now, remember, people, this is a regular cruise. You're not going to hear heavy rock bands. They do have bands on. They do sometimes. They might play some rock and roll because when they see us, they might do that. Do they have theme nights? You have Halloween. Every cruise ship does 70s night. Think about that. They do a 70s night. Most cruises have an 80s night. There you go. Sometimes they have like a Caribbean night or a Mexican night or something like that. So they don't really tell you, but that's how they base it. I'll look more into it. And if anybody else can see it or finds it, let me know. That'd be kind of cool. So there is a lot of cool things. Again, sometimes they have like I don't know, sometimes they change it up too. So it's a lot of fun. They have like little, when you leave each port, they have like a little party. You know what I mean? They do like a dance thing and all this stuff. So we could have a lot of fun, especially when you get the friends together. You know, there are a lot of people go, "Oh, I'm going on a regular cruise. It's boring." Well, no. All right, it might be more boring or more laid back if you just have you and your wife or you and a couple of the kids or whatever. But when you have a group that get along together and have fun, man, we can have our own fun. And I imagine they're going to have a belly flop contest. Imagine us KISS fans getting together, man, a bunch of us, man, and wiping them out. We'll show them. We can show them regular people and kind of, man, how the KISS fans, man, roll. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I think you've hit on something that's really kind of interesting. Yeah, I would never ever do a cruise again because it just wasn't my scene. But imagine going on a cruise and you're not just your couple, yourself and a partner and maybe your kids. You got other families now that and that's really kind of you're bringing a little community together. At an event, and that to me makes it more appealing than ever doing a cruise again on my own, just because there would be more people. And come on, cruises have all sorts of music. We as KISS fans don't just listen to KISS. Sure, it may be a lot of our listening time, but we do all have other things that we love. I mean, Andy here loves Aerosmith, so you never know what you're going to get on the cruise.
And Julian loves Poison, so we go back and forth about this whole Poison and Aerosmith thing. So, but the other thing is too that people like wouldn't bring their families on the KISS cruise because it was so expensive, right? So now if they bring like say their wife and the kids, and now you bring your wife and kids, and everybody meets up, and then next the kids are hanging around in the kids section, and the adults can go off and play with the adult stuff. You know what I mean? It's so I mean it's all what you make out of it. You know what I mean?
And come on, the buffet's guaranteed to have bacon. I mean, how can you go wrong?
And that's the other thing. You actually will get a chance to get up in the morning. You don't have to get up to stand in huge long lines to get merchandise. You can actually go get something to eat as many times as you want and not worry about it. You don't have to worry about the pool being covered. You can go in the pool. You know what I mean? So, don't be
that's
wrong.
A big difference to say, the KISS cruise was great. It was a hell of an event. It was a special decade for the fans and for the people who consumed the music after the fact. Thank you, all the people who filmed, the performances during the KISS cruises for those of us who didn't go to get to participate in that way. But you know what? There was a lot of things that you couldn't do on a cruise when it was a KISS cruise. Like you just said. Areas were off limit for events. They were covered over. There were things that were impacted. So, and number one is the cost is lower. You were paying a premium to go on a KISS cruise, and you know what? Those merch lines were brutal. And we did them. We did
casino,
it,
man. The casino. Once you get wrapped into the casino, the chips. You're like KISS is still playing on the pool deck, and next you're like, oh my god, Chip, watch Rest Show. Oh, somebody might be videotaping. Well, maybe I'll go down the Chip. You know what I mean? It was like one of those things you run up and down, up and down. And once you get started, you know how we are, man. You get one, right? You're like, oh, I got that one chip or that one pin. Now I need next year's. I need next year's. And you need next year's. And it started getting like crazy. And you couldn't buy the chips until they got by law, you have to get technically 3 to 5 miles out to see before the casino would open up, and they would just let them go. And then they said, "Oh yeah, we were only going to let people have so many." But then it went backwards. It started getting all crazy.
And you know what? There's going to be no broken penny crunchers for you to have to deal with, are there? Those penny rollers.
There are penny rollers probably on the ship, but I am not going to do that. Oh my god, those things are driving. I love them, but they drive me nuts. You know what's a killer too? I guess they had the cruise we missed in 2000 Cycle Circus ones. Nobody could find the machine. I guess they put the machines in the arcade. So not many people found them and got them. It's too bad, man, because I would have loved to had a pair of those. But if anybody goes, oh, I got a pair, I'm not buying them for $8 million. Forget it. I'm past that point. And also, before I forget, because I was told only like a day or two ago, and this is somebody who's actually on a 6-man cruise probably right now, or they're about ending it, that I'm going to break some little bit of news here. Another like little thing that I think, and you can reach out to him after. Don't come after me, but from what I understand, the Hard Rock wants Kiss tribute band, so there's like 98% or 95% chance there is a Kiss tribute band going to play the Hard Rock on the Saturday. So now you have that. So if that happens, you're going to have Saturday Kiss tribute band at the Hard Rock, which is across the street from the Holiday Inn, which is the Bay Expo area, which has got food, booze, everything under the sun. So that is the place. So they say there's going to be a Kiss tribute band, and the Kiss tribute band, I'm going to break it anyways because he's going to come out and say it if they do it, is the first Kiss tribute band that played there when they did the first event at the Hard Rock, which is Sir Kiss. The guys are supposedly going to get back together and do this because they think this is just like fun and kind of like hilarious thing. I don't know what ticket ideas. I don't know anything much more than that. I was just told the other day that Scott had talked to the manager, and the manager had said they want a rock bands. They haven't had any down at the Hard Rock, and this sets up perfectly, and they want to do it. So that's the scoop. So there's another tidbit would be pretty awesome. So I can just go and have fun. Because that's what I'm going to do.
Is that confirmed, or is that something that's pending confirmation?
It's like pending, but it's like a 95 because the manager wants it to happen. The guys want it to happen. So, and they were going, Scott was going on the cruise with his wife. So it was thing. So they're still talking, but it's gonna. I looks like it's gonna happen. So that'd be awesome. So if it does happen, I don't know how the tickets go, and I don't know anything else, but that's the tidbit, and that's all I know. But that'd be kind of cool too. This is, you know what I mean? I didn't even realize this was gonna. And there's been a lot of people that are going already. There's got to be at least 50 people going. And somebody posted just today. I saw it quick. There's a couple going from Australia. That blows my mind. I can't believe it. I mean, there's people from the United States going. I get it. But somebody from overseas, that blows my mind. So they coming here. I hope everybody comes into this very open-minded about, because it's a regular cruise. Please come open-minded about this whole thing.
Yeah,
let's just roll.
But think of the living in sin at the Holiday Inn, nights before. Again, it sounds like it's offering the opportunity for fans to get together again with purpose and meaning. We don't know what's going to happen around the band, around Gene. I mean, Gene's tour in the summer, fans did the same in Europe, getting together and traveling as well. So, I mean, fans are clearly still interested and invested in getting out and about and seeing not only the bands that they love, the musicians and hearing the music live, but the friends that they've made along the way. And that's really, I talk to people on Facebook continuously. I've got, a few core group of friends. We got group chats on. That conversation is still going. That has not stopped in the year since the Avatars made their brief and premature appearance. And while there's been a lack of things, I mean, you mentioned the Hotter Than Hell 50th anniversary. That to me wasn't a 50th anniversary because it's just, colored vinyl. But again, that excites everyone's different in how they receive this stuff. I may want more, rare stuff, like stuff we haven't heard, stuff from the vaults. That may be where I'm at. But there are people who are excited about, what is it, a gold record plaque or a gold record pressing or whatever. There's no right or wrong. I mean, I said that in I bought the Hotter Than Hell merch.
Yeah, I bought the Flock poster, the Flock one, the Destroyer one. Mm-hmm. The new, that's a badass, man. That thing was wicked cool. I was like, man, this reminds me of my childhood, kind of in a way. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not buying a ton. I'm not buying tons of stuff anymore because, like I said, I did sell. People are like, you sold stuff and now you're buying stuff again. But I'm like, yeah, I bought a little bit. So I'm still invested, and I still have a bunch of stuff. But I mean, it's not as big as it was, and I don't care. I still have the music, man. It just, I have 70s, 80s, 90s. I still have the music. I can throw on my first album I ever got, Dress to Kill, and still enjoy it. I can still pick up Kruisers, still enjoy it. I mean, it's all about, in the long run, I mean, yes, the merchandise is off the hook of some of it. Yes, but, the music is still number one. I've always said that music is number one. All the merch and stuff is icing on the cake. Buy what you want. I mean, yes, sometimes I do rag on some of the stuff that they trying to sell, but I mean,
we all do. Come on, it's human.
There's
nothing wrong with it. I mean, I rag on it, but I always say, do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like something, my opinion doesn't mean a thing. Other than to me,
mine don't either.
It shouldn't matter to anyone else if I like a cornhole or not. It's irrelevant. Again, do what makes you happy, and that's how you seem to approach fandom. It's all about the joy, the celebration, and the smiles. Because I've never been around you, even when you're stressed out of your head at some of these events and getting everything together, where you're not laughing. 1 minute you're stressed, the next you're bellowing in laughter. And that's not bipolar. That is actually passion. Yeah,
it's just so wild, man. Kiss has been in my life since I was 5 years old. I'm 55 now. It's never going to end for me. People are like, oh, you always growing out of child stuff. No, it's not child stuff. I grew up. I started growing up as, like I said, 70s, I was a child. 80s, I was a teenager. And don't get me wrong, I love the original guys. That was when I grew up because I was a child. But I love the 80s, man. And, we've talked about this, right? People think it's nuts. I love Asylum. It's the craziest thing. I love the Asylum. I love the, people like, oh, the way they looked. I loved it. It was just... I love the tour. Those guys, they were so into it. All of them. Gene dancing around like Paul, Bruce all into it. Eric was all into it. All that stuff. I loved it all. It doesn't matter, man. It's just, I love the Elder. It doesn't matter. It's never going to go away from me.
Come on. Kiss is a buffet for every mood. If you want flamboyant, slam on Asylum, go back to that. If you want meat and potatoes, go back to Dress to Kill, go back to Hotter Than Hell. Yeah. There is something for every day of the week. There is something for every mood you could possibly in when it comes to Kiss.
Well,
I just don't get it otherwise. There's always more to learn.
Yeah. If you want the same thing, just listen to AC/DC. There's your prime example. That seems the only band that seemed to kind of get away with that same kind of thing. If I don't know, some people get it.
Well, they did a ballad once.
Oh, all right, or Flick the Switch, which people don't like at all, right? Because it's like, what the hell is this? Again, I just love it, and seeing the friends again, it would be cool. I'm seriously, I am shocked. I'm telling Kim right now. I'm like Kim, man. I don't know the full numbers that are going, and I don't really care. I've told people are like, well, Andy, how many going? I don't care. It's just like in the old days. 5 people go, 10 people go. Me and Kim were going anyways. We're just extending the hey, man, would you want to go and hang out? Fun and sun. I mean, and on a cruise, hang out, eat dinner together. Do a duck hunt thing. You get a special shirt. Don't get a special shirt. Wear Kiss shirts every day, regular shirts. It don't matter, man. This is just hanging out, meeting old friends, meeting new friends, meeting other people's friends, families, and stuff.
Yeah, go to the onshore activities together. Go to some of the things on the boat together. Form little groups and do stuff.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing of it. Without it all being geared towards emptying your wallets for a change.
Yeah. And again, I just want to remind
Gene Simmons will not be at the door emptying your wallet before you come in.
No. And again, I'm just going to repeat this. You're going to get one of 60 to grab. And it's Facebook, Kiss Cruisers Reunion Group. I just want to make sure. So people PM me. Where is it? Where is it? Kiss Cruisers Reunion Group. Because people are like, oh, why don't you put it on a Cruisers site? Technically, you're not supposed to put anything on a Cruisers site that doesn't have nothing to do with the cruise, and you're not supposed to put anything on websites. But I don't think. Now, here's one on this thing too. People say, oh my God, what happens if there's a real Kiss cruise? More power to you. If you want to go on the regular Kiss cruise, whatever how they make it, and I'm guaranteed there's some good ideas they could have. I mentioned it. Paul could have his solo stuff and this and that. Gene could have his solo stuff. There's a million things they could do if they want to go on a regular Kiss cruise. But me personally and Kim are done with it. It's expensive. You know what I mean? How can they lower the price? People are like, oh, they got to lower the price. How? They're not going to lower price. It's Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, people. Hello. They're not going to lower the prices. It doesn't matter. And they can get a bunch of other bands. I get it. But it's not going to be super cheap. And for me, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I'm done with it. It's just
You
done.
say that no, you say that now, but let's say they did announce the Kiss
I know.
Goes, and it was Paul Stanley Soul Station, Eric Singer on drums, Gene Simmons band,
Ace Frehley band.
Tommy Thayer with Jamie St. James, Black and Blue reunion as well. I mean, they really could stack it just with those core 4 members if they wanted to do it. And God knows, maybe they could get a Black Sabbath cover band on, and Eric could hop in there, or Alice Cooper, and he could play some of this stuff as well. I mean, yeah, it sounds ludicrous. It probably is at this stage of their lives and where they want to be. Who knows? But I think the important thing to say with Kiss, never say never. Never doubt. Never.
Oh, there'll never be a reunion, right? Number one, there'll never be a reunion. We'll never put anybody else's makeup. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about tomorrow and what Kiss may or may not do. Enjoy what they've done in the past and take any surprise that they throw at you. You know, that's just that's living in a Kiss world.
Yeah. And again, go to carnivalcruise.com, look it up. It's a Caribbean cruise. Look it up, check it out. Maybe you want to go, maybe you don't. It's all up to you. Again, it's just for fun. Like I said, everybody gets to pick a bag. They got 4 different ones. Everybody just pick one bag and we'll have some fun. And it's going to be, and each bag is not the same. There's going to be different stuff in each, in the bag. Some stuff is going to be the same. Like the pin will definitely be the same, but there's going to be some stuff in the bags that are going to be different. That's the whole idea. And if people want to swap it with each other and do like you little kiddies. Oh my God, Mama, when you were a kid, you went trick or treat and you look in your bag, you dumped it out and you looked and like, oh my God, Mom, you want to trade? Oh, you're a brother or sister and stuff. So if people want to do that, that's the whole point. I think this is just going to be so much fun, just hilarious stuff. Again, I don't care if 5 people show, 10 or 1,000. This is the way it is. But I'm going to at least say 50 to 60 people are going to go. I mean, it's the shirt thing is already up to like 15 people. So, 15 people, I'm good. You know what I mean? It don't matter. So, and I know more people are going to keep going on and there are going to be people who don't buy the shirts. It doesn't matter. By the blocks of the rooms when we get them, that will kind of maybe, figure it out. But it doesn't matter. I don't really care. And at this point, when people are saying they come from overseas, I'm more worried about that. I hope their expectations are open-minded. I'm just now be open-minded about a regular cruise.
You've given a good rundown of it today. You're going to keep being real, on the Facebook group, and I'll put a link to that in so that everyone's got it right here on this post when this goes live. Awesome. Ask your questions. Andy doesn't hide from the questions. If we have to do another episode down the road as things get closer, we'll do another episode down the road. Because again, I don't care if 5 people watch this or 50 or 100. Because it's about getting information out and just sharing it. If you're interested in this, you're getting all the information from the guy right now. I'm asking a few questions, but I'm just letting Andy talk because hey, it's the easiest podcast episode I get to do where Andy does the talking.
And everybody's going to say, "Man, would you shut that guy up? That guy can just ramble." Anyways, too, is that and see, now I lost my thought. It is the ADHD thing. There we go. Again, thanks again, everybody who's reached out to us through all this years. Thanked me, thank Kim, thank Jeff, thank Denise, thanked everybody, even Joe, and through all these parties and things, the guys, even Peter, Gigi, the rest of the gang, everybody, Team Catman, even the people that helped at the Vinny thing, all the special guests that showed up all those years on their own and just said, hey, and I said, keep the money. I don't really care. And they're like, huh? They were baffled by that. And I'm like, I'm not here for the cash. I don't really care. Just do what you want. Make $1 million. I don't care. And who knows what's going to happen between it's almost a year away. So I don't know if anybody, you know what I mean? Like I said, if anybody else wants to contribute to the goodie bags, they can. All they got to do is reach out to me. Send me a PM. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And if there is any questions,
I will send you something. Okay. I give you my word. I will send you 60 of something to go in that bag.
All right. I'm just going to say, if some people want to do that, it's awesome. It's great. But just remember, don't make it huge because remember, everything's got to go in people's luggage. That's it.
I'm not going to be freaking booked.
Yeah. Oh, not the book you just showed me. Holy moly. Yeah. I love your books, man. I just say he showed me something that's gonna come out sooner or later. Holy smokes, man! Woo! I can't wait to get my hands on that one.
Yeah, that was just the page of stuff that Andy's contributed. So
I know, but that thing is
on the road.
That thing
We're
is
getting there.
Yeah. Anyways, again, I mean, it's again, any questions you can PM me and ask me. It's all good. I don't know anything else. I think this is just going to be. I don't know. It's a year away, but I understand that the cruise itself, because it's a regular cruise and it's through Halloween and it's going to pretty cool places. Grand Turk, Beach Place, all that stuff. Celebration Keys, their new, like another new private island, Half Moon Cay. So it's going to be a chill thing. If you know what I mean, it's going to be like a chill thing. Yes, you stop at a place every day, but you could do a lot of everything or you could do a lot of nothing. And you can eat. Yay. The drink thing, I know. They have drink packages just like everything else, but it's not like an all-you-can-drink, like crazy drink. I think there's like a 15 or 20 limit each day. I think that's enough. You know what I mean? Sure. I hope so. There goes your liver. So anyways, I don't know what else to say except for awesome. I hope people, if they want to come, great, wicked awesome. If they don't, stay home. If you don't like this, it is what it is. I'm just trying to get people together because I know, and I know Neil's got an event too coming up in December. You know what I mean? He's trying to get people together. They're doing their thing. So, it's a few and far between. You know what I'm saying? So this is our way of trying to do something next year. Again, it's a year away. Who knows what could happen? I don't know. Sometimes even those other events we had, especially like I call it special guests, they just showed up. They knew where it was. They heard about it. They just showed up. They hung out. Like you said, people just hung out and then they went home for the weekend. People came down for the weekend, did all the event stuff and flew home. You know what I mean? So again, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm just happy to be alive. My life is on a whole different trail now. What happened with us? You know what I mean? I'm on a whole different level now of just like let things freaking go. I can't please everybody. I have my mother's syndrome. Make everybody else happy, but kill yourself making everybody else happy. I can't do that anymore. I know, but it's in the brain. I don't know how it got there, but it's hereditary. My mother has it. She still has it. She's started to learn to get out of it now. And now I've started to learn to get out of it. I got to make me and Kim happy, but I like to make other people happy and have fun, but I can't do it. It's a deep breaths. They tell me.
There you go.
Breath.
Exhale. That's it. All right. So
yes,
link is in the post. Check it out. Andy, say goodbye, Andy.
Bye, everybody. It's been wicked awesome. I can't wait to see people everywhere, anywhere. Come up and say hi. I want to see a lot of people one way or another. If it's not this, it's something else. I don't care. Just, people take a deep breath, big breath. Not everything is a debate on Facebook or anywhere else. You got bigger things. You got bigger things to worry in your lives. Trust me. Anyways, again, Kiss Cruisers reunion group. Have fun. Thanks again. World famous Julian Gill.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Woo!
Thank you for spending time listening to the KissFAQ podcast today. All sales are final. There are no refunds. If you'd like, look us up on Facebook or come over to the KissFAQ message board and discuss the topic we've broadcast today. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, Spreaker, or wherever you've listened to the show. We hope you'll join us again.